Okay, we're gonna see how we fare with Supercross here. I have a bad history with these things, despite how well they went last time I was in a Supercross in this game, though, so... Yeah, that's Supercross alright. Look at all those bumps everywhere. My favorite. Okay. Duh. Yeah, worked out anyways. Oh yeah, I forgot how... Oh, I was trying to... Wait, square doesn't do tricks, does it? I forgot that turning in this thing is really weird. Or if you turn hard enough, you put your foot down and you suddenly turn really, really hard. Oh my god. Let's just learn the course first. That's a very important part of Supercross. I don't really know what the... Well, yeah, failure tends to compound in these courses, too. You turn really hard if you turn hard enough, but you go crazy slow for it. But, if you go fast enough... Why is the camera so close to me? There we go, because I'm moving slow. But if you're going fast on these bumps... No! What in the... Stop it! Don't do that. If you go really fast on these bumps... Game, I skipped like 2 meters of track. There we go. Further camera, please. But yeah, if you're going slow on these bumps, then you lose even more speed as a penalty for going slow, is roughly what happens. The best thing to do is kind of just leap over as many as you can. It's not the only way of doing it, that's not always applicable, but when you can do it, it's good to do. You also want to go with the flow like that, of course. Like, land in the dips and so on. Really a pack today to get ahead of. Another way of putting it is I'm just back in the pack, which is not where you should be in this game. Usually up with people like Diego. You cannot see that other bump here. Sometimes you can have kind of a little cheat you can do by going off the side where, where there's a reduction in the bumps to go over. Yeah, I figured they wouldn't let you get away with that. That's fair. Again, I'm kind of trying to take this particular run as just time to get used to the course. So it's not that big of a deal if stuff goes wrong. I mean, also if I did actually manage to get first... Chill out, game. What in the world is your deal with that? Yeah, sometimes you can take a very narrow path or a path off the side or something that lets you actually kind of skip some of the bumps too. I didn't even cut anything that time. I was just close on the inside of the turn, but I didn't skip anything. What? Why? Explain. Yeah, if I happen to get first here on my first attempt, that would be awesome, but really I'm just up to get comfortable here. You can definitely survive landing while moving sideways a lot more than you could in Offroad Fury 3, which I greatly appreciate. It just didn't really make much sense, the way that moving a little bit sideways while touching the ground made you wipe out. Just didn't really make any sense physically. Like, you'd be moving just a little sideways and land, and you would inexplicably just leap off your bike. Like, of course, if that happens at high speed, then yeah, it'll flip over. That makes sense. I understand that if their physics engine doesn't quite incorporate that, they kind of have to make up for it by making you wipe out automatically, but I think they were way too aggressive with it in that game. It feels a lot more sensible here. Oops. Tried to reload way too early. Probably should have weaved off to the left there, and then, but I'm in first. Why am I in first? I think finding those little routes to let you just obviate some of the bumps you otherwise have to try to get around is really one of the real secrets to doing well in Supercross, and to a lesser extent other like national events and similar that have a little bit of this stuff as well. That was pretty scary. I have a pretty crazy lead, so me botching this last section might not matter too much. Could have done better, could have done worse at the end there. Yeah, sure, I'll take it. I wasn't really intending for that to happen, but cool. Funny thing is, these people that got like 4th place instead of 1st like I did will have gotten more money for the race than I did. Maybe on par, roughly. Anyhow. Oh, okay. Yeah, they give you the same... Yeah, they tell you about it kind of twice. It's very strange that you do that. Let's see you park again. Yeah, whatever, why not? I prefer something equivalent to this in a truck, really, honestly, but I may eventually have to choose a vehicle of heavy and light class, but I don't know, the motorcycles are a little touchy for my tastes. Motorcycle is probably not really exactly the right term. Motorbike, dirt bike, however you prefer. But okay, we've done this before. We've seen this. Oh. I didn't think it was going to start that soon. But yeah, the bikes are really touchy, which is the idea. They're the lighter vehicle, but man, it is crazy how light they are. Comparison. You're like head to head right now, like well, neck and neck, that sort of thing. You're obviously head to head. That's the premise of the race. See if I can catch up after having messed up the beginning there. I didn't win by much last time, despite fairly consistent performance, it felt like. That's by less than a second, I think. I don't like that part there, I really don't. That kind of blindish turn into a really... Oh. Okay. That kind of blindish turn into a really narrow passage with walls on the other side is quite scary. Oh, why that guy waste time with stunts? But yeah, that's kind of funny. I thought, well, I think I lost, and then not exactly. Cool. You got a thing that doesn't do much, but hey, it's 20 grand you won't have to spend on an inferior version, so it adds up a little. Ooh, okay, Australia is no more. Doesn't exist. Also, same song. Awesome. Well, let's keep going, I guess. Oh yeah, we have these things to do. The point to point. 3-stage. Okay. I don't think I can do anything more here, so.
Well done. Very well done.
Shooter? Hey, Shooter, it is you! Hey, what are you doing here? Come on, I gotta introduce you to the rest of the team. They'll be thrilled to meet an old legend like you.
Now hold on. I'm only here to tell you how pleased we are with your performance. I told everyone you were the right choice, and now they see I was right.
Wait a minute, we? Everyone? What the heck are you talking about? Has the sun been getting to you or something?
Listen, I can't talk now. Just know that there's something very rotten on the circuit, and many of us are not happy about it. Not at all. You keep winning, and we'll keep filling you in along the way.
Okay, listen, this is really weird, but the fact is that I owe you a lot, okay? So if you need me to do something, anything, I'm in.
I knew we could count on you. Remember, a lot more than your career is at stake here. The fate of the sport itself depends on you.
What?
One more thing. Don't ever call me old again. Eh?
Fantastically shady. Okay, cool. Oh, does it just choose for you which vehicle you have to use? That's great. Oh, wait. No, I can just use whatever I... Oh. Yeah, I can use whatever I... The ordering's kind of weird. What is this ordering? But okay. Hey, if I get the choice... I get way more money if I use a truck, so... Why not, right? Alright, so cool. Let's just go with the same truck setup as last time, I guess. I do not know how to interpret this. Like, okay, I guess... Is it just like all 4 vehicles all against each other or something? I mean, if that's really the case, I guess I probably should use the thing I'm most comfortable with. Okay, well, yeah, this is really the best thing I've got, I think, by most standards. It's the vehicle I'm most comfortable with. Well, how hard are the turns and whatnot here? I don't know. Look at all the straightaways towards the end too. I think a truck ought to be okay for that instead of a buggy, including this one. This one that has the lower cornering. This is kind of my heaviest option, so I'm going full on force over handling. But we're starting this episode a little late, but it's a cool, interesting thing. Let's get ahead on it. Backdrop Australia. Yeah, look at this. This feels very unsafe. In reality... Oh, get a rolling start, okay. That threw me off. Okay, so this game is a lot more, you can't really knock people over by hitting them in this game, which is good for the people that are on bikes when you're in a truck, I would say. But yeah, that's a bit of a crazy idea, I have to say. But, it's cool, it's nifty. Having a whole, like, big race royale like this. everyone racing together. There's not a whole lot either keeping me on this particular part of the track instead of the light vehicle part of the track. It's a weird idea. They had to balance all of these things together too. I earnestly did not expect this to be a thing that you did in the game. So there's kind of a cool element of, oh, like we can do that. That's a thing they decided to make happen. I'm not clear on precisely how this works. I don't think there are like actually 48 racers here or whatever, but I need to get 33rd somehow, however that works. So I'll just do what I can. I'll just see what I can manage. I don't know what a good performance here looks like. I do also notice they're kind of streaming some assets in here as we go. Just okay, well, go one way or the other. I don't know. Seems pretty rare that I encounter anyone or a chance to pass them or anything. But it might be one of those things again where they kind of design it such that you kind of start behind everyone, and what happens? Oh, forget that guy. And what happens is you kind of just have to pass everyone. Brake spot might be better there. I don't know. So it's less. Oh, don't start me here. It's less a game of actually beating anyone in a race. Normally, it's just you have to catch up to everyone, especially if you do what I just did. Okay, so now we're at those big bends at the end. See if we can catch up here. And I've got a decently powerful vehicle, so I ought to be able to gain other people on the straightaways. I was kind of counting on that. I literally took that into account when I looked at the map and said, yeah, I'll take this vehicle, so. Is there anything that stops you from taking the light vehicle route as a heavy vehicle? Other than it just probably being a bad idea. I imagine we'll say I'm off the track and respawn me eventually or something, I would think, but I don't think I've gotten any messages I'm off the course in this so far. Okay, so I don't know how good or bad 30 second is. Oh, well there's a guy in front, ahead of me. That's probably not good. No one has any points. Okay, we'll do this again, and I want to end up in first, of course. I guess we'll see how this works. Alright, see you then. We'll keep going. We do have more stuff to record today, right? No! Ah! Well, I don't like that. I want to do more. What if I did that? Can I do that? Okay, well, I'm gonna make my choice. I'm an adult, I can do what I want. At this point, I didn't realize that was the last episode this week. I probably should have said, okay, we'll just do this next time. We'll start next recording session with all this stuff. But nope, I don't want to cut this partway through, so... Here we go, Australia cross country, this whole episode. I don't know what kind of prize to get for getting first or whatever, but I should probably try. It's so weird having the game just take control from me for a rolling start. That's not much of a rolling start. I thought a rolling start usually implied, like, a much bigger start than that. Look at this guy. We're on the, we're on the heavy vehicle road. Okay, it is a good idea to pay a bit of attention to the minimap here, I suppose. Just to know what's ahead. One game I played just a little bit of, there's that one rally game, ow. I forget the name of it, but it was included as a demo on the Blinks disc, and one interesting thing they do, so that game is just like a rally racing sort of thing, but part of doing that is that you actually have someone telling you like what terrain to expect. Like you're gonna have a sharp turn up ahead to the right, or up ahead here there's the road is narrow, or there are rocks on the side. All those sorts of things. And a big part of the experience of this game is actually just listening to what's coming up and then, you know, acting accordingly. And I actually found that oddly fun, to be perfectly honest. It was also a game where, you know, it being an off-road driving kind of game, it has a good deal of work put into how it feels to no. Traffic jam. How it feels to you know, turn on dirt and whatnot, so you're sliding around and everything. The whole time. Yeah, to take all that together, I like that. I have learned over time that what I really like in a racing game is I like to feel challenged. I don't just want it to be like, hey, go from point A to point B. That can be enough for me, that can satisfy me, but what makes me like a racing game is I want it to feel challenging to navigate. Hey, Astrid. Bye, Astrid. Or maybe not bye. Man, this guy's pretty tough. So these aren't quite waypoint races, but it's something comparable, I suppose. Don't do that, come on. Someone had to respot. Take that, Astrid. No, I think I just kind of gun it. Sun is right in my eyes. Could they not do that, please? It actually does make it hard to see. My God, stop falling over! I do want to actually get first, so if this keeps me out getting first, I will actually redo the course. Lag, why? Yeah, the power of this vehicle is not to be underestimated. Ah! No, it's 3 parts. I don't want to lose 2 parts. That's gonna pose a problem. Sorry, I don't want to keep redoing stuff, but with how many times I wiped out there, I feel like if I just don't do that this time, I'll probably manage fairly well. Considering it also won't be blind this time in theory, although it's not like I committed much to memory just now. Yeah, one way for it to feel like nice and satisfying for me, the challenge is for like handling to be non-trivial, like you slide around a decent amount, or having to worry about like maintaining grip. the whole time. Another thing can be actually driving stick. I haven't tried out driving with manual transmission in this game. I probably should at some point, just for fun. But so far I haven't. I feel like there's enough to worry about with everything already. Okay, so eventually you can go off the course. I feel like there's already enough for me to worry about for the most part when it comes to turning well and taking jumps well and so on. And especially since you speed up and slow down so much that I feel like it'd be kind of obnoxious on top of that to have to worry about your gearbox. Where I found myself enjoying manual transmission in a game before is in contexts where there's not much else going on. A good example of this is, of all things, Hot Wheels Burnin' Rubber, a GBA game. It's a very plain, very pure racing game in most respects, which is like there are no power-ups or anything, which is no boost, nothing really, which is a big part of why I think I enjoy manual transmission on that, because otherwise there's not much that occupies me mentally in that game. Otherwise, like, yeah, you try to take a good racing line. There's some small things like you need to not turn too hard. You can actually spin out in that game if you do, but otherwise it's really just a matter of you just sort of, come on, no. You just kind of drive around. That's kind of all you do. Just try to do so not hitting the walls and so on. What really makes it satisfying to me is to occupy myself instead with the gearbox. Okay, so I think I'm understanding as time goes on here how exactly you try to get whatever position in this. It's not a matter of getting like first or second or third or whatever. It is a game of just going more and more and passing more and more people as you continue. If you pass enough people, you end up in whatever position. I don't know why I lag so much here. I don't see anyone ahead of me right now. But it might be if I went far enough ahead, there'd be someone else in front of me I'd encounter, maybe. It kind of says I'm first here, though, in a way. I'm first of all the listed people. I'm not really sure how that works. But, then, presumably, for this next one, you try to... Now I need to pass enough people to get in first instead of, 18 and whatever. I hope you don't have to get first in everything to actually get first overall. That'd be kind of silly, but I'm not sure. I don't know if qualifying in the first couple gets you to where you'll always be able to gun for first in the last stretch, or what. I don't know how that works. It'd be weird if the person first just didn't even spawn in the race, though. Also, nighttime, that's new. I don't think we ever saw nighttime in this series until now. We, meaning those of us who have played Fury 3 and now this game at least. I don't remember seeing nighttime in 1 or 2. Granted, I mean like in an outdoor setting. You could, in Fury 3 had night stuff in a stadium. Yeah, so this one I want to get first place by the end. Yeah, to qualify I just have to get third. And the position I get here will be my actual final position. That's how it works, okay. I don't know how to correct myself here. Yeah, we'll keep on going, we'll try. Yeah, definitely not doing well now, but yeah, these rocks can really mess you up. go up this way instead. I'm really not clear if I'm required to take the path for my vehicle type or not. Well, yeah, the way it works is everyone else just kind of gets ahead of you at the beginning, even though supposedly everyone kind of starts together. And then, yeah, it is a game of just passing all of them. And considering how many people there are to pass, I'm guessing the stuff I see loading in the background, I'm not reading the strings that are being displayed on the right-hand side of the screen right now, but I can see that it's being updated occasionally. I suspect that part of that might just be, oh, this is a narrow road. Be like streaming assets from the stage as you continue through the stage, but part of it is probably also loading in new racers as you continue to. I need that to not happen so much. It's happening way too much. Oh my god, man. You know, if we want to reduce the weight of this vehicle, because there are weight upgrades, can we just take the tires off the back? Is there a reason we have those? Like, I just... When I see them, my thought is, oh, these are spare tires, which means, like... I can just hit these people and they don't care. It's funny. If they're spare tires, and the idea for that is that, well, if you need to replace the tire, but that's not a thing that happens here, really. It's not a game. It's like you do pit stops in a race with these things either, so I don't think it would make sense in real life either. Not that I really have much background in these sorts of races or anything anyways, but still. It is really funny how much mass these guys have and everything. But it'd be really overpowered to be able to just plow through everyone on a bike if you were in a heavy vehicle, so it makes sense that they did that. I'm still only in 7th. I have a lot of catching up to do. And not a lot of course left. I probably botched this race pretty hard considering how many times I wiped out and whatnot. If I had to guess. I'll go to the end just to see it. Actually go through a town, that's kind of cute. Well, I'm only in 3rd. Well, I want to do better than 3rd. Yeah, so I think you just have to pass enough people, and like they only spawn once you get far enough ahead. It feels like that's how it works. So I think the reason... I do see the numbers like AI 0 whatever. Is there anything that those are separately numbered? I guess that's part of why this game has so many different files that need to be kept in the... kept on the disk and whatnot. This game uses a... This game takes an unusually aggressive approach to like optimizing its file access, which is why I have to go to so much effort to extract the data from this game. And the reason they do that is because they have tons and tons and tons of files, some of which are, a lot of which are very duplicate of each other, apparently. Also, yeah, apparently I can just take the ATV red if I feel like it. And it worked perfectly fine in my opinion, actually. So yeah, never mind the colors here, it's just take whatever path you want. And it's more likely to work well for you, I guess, if you're on a road that's marked for your vehicle type, but you're not obligated at all. It's interesting. So it's... I'd still prefer the actual waypoint races to this, to be honest, where you have... Well, I mean, they're two different things. If I had to take one between this and the waypoint races in Fury 3, I'd still take the waypoint races personally. But this is a pretty cool, different kind of thing, too. I never really like races in games being the whole, like, hey, just start behind everyone and just catch up to them thing. I always prefer to have, like, actual head-to-head races where you're just trying to stay ahead of everyone and catch up and so on. You know, like, the way that a race is claimed to work normally. The way that a race really works. Oh, I have a rival. Hi. Hi. Alright, well, we've got some time to catch up to this guy, though. It wasn't really my intention to go this way, but I guess we'll make it work. Nice 362. And this game claims that heavy vehicles can't do stunts. Planets should know better. You do all sorts of flips and spins in some of the Audios games they made. But yeah, let's get on going again. Let's see if we can catch up to Skelly fell behind. But yeah, Orca's the guy to beat naturally. Orca is, I believe, a unique NPC. I'm told that there are some NPCs with like unique models and so on. Orca is Orca the guy with the Slavic accent that we saw in the one cutscene? Start opening cutscene. A little painfully stereotypical, but well, because this is basically just designed for you to get ahead, as opposed to any sort of... I still have a hard time seeing which way I have to turn sometimes in this game. Like, how hard would it be at this point for me to, like, actually not win once I've gotten a lead? Because the thing is, you catch up, but then you just pass them, and that's kind of it. It's not really a matter of, like, getting ahead and then staying ahead and everything. Once you're ahead, you're just ahead, because the task is not to actually stay on pace with everyone. The task is to just pass someone, and then you're kind of done. What's the point of the points thing like this? I guess they just kind of shoehorned the way the point-to-point race works in. Well, I guess there's one big point-to-point tournament across all of the different continents, probably is how it works. Okay, well anyways. Fully half my income was just from, like, choice of vehicle. Well, I probably could have gone the same if I just did stunts on another vehicle, I guess, but I never do that. Alright. Do I need to do that right now? I probably... I think I have to kind of dig in the menu otherwise.
Slipped? Yeah, we saw.
Told you rock climbing wouldn't be your sport, Slick. Hey, make yourself useful while you're down there, all right? Grab us some drinks from the snack shack, okay? Bloody oath. I must be crook in the head. Things I let myself get into by
looking for
crikey.
some cold water?
Ah, hello there, mate. Good to hear you come in. Name's Archie. Oh, it's you. Just a sec
Yeah,
now.
wait, I need some cold water, buddy. That's it.
Didn't Shooter fill you in, mate?
Oh, I get it now. So tell me, what is this big mystery that Shooter's been hinting about regarding the circuit?
Ah, the circuit. The best years of me life, Cobber. Fair dinkum, I used to tear up that track. Was one of the first to make the jump to ATVs. Of course, in those days, they only had 3 wheels.
Oh, you're that Archer, the Tasman team star of the 70s?
One and the same. But things have changed since then, and all for the worse. That's why we're counting on you to set things right. Question for you. Did your team owner come out here to the back of beyond with you?
Who, Buck? Yeah, but he's mostly been catching up on his nap time.
Funny that. Seeing as there's a big urgent owners meeting going on right now that your Mr. Buck wasn't even told about.
What? There's got to be some mistake. I better go tell him about it.
Calm your jets, Sparky. There's no mistake, believe me. And now's not the time to be stirring up a hornet's nest. Just keep quiet and bide your time. Remember what happened here. Keep your eyes and ears open. If you look hard enough, you'll soon see something as rotten as a gut-shot wallaby. Now on your bike, kid. You've got work to do.
Sorry if those scenes are a bit quiet. The rest of the game is so loud in comparison. Anyways, sponsor thing. I feel like that should have played after I did the sponsor event, but oh well. Yeah, we'll do this one last thing. Spent like what should have been almost the whole recording session just in this one episode. Whoops. Just more things I have to do. Oh hey, it's the kind of like the island set pieces, except there aren't any islands anywhere. It's just ground. But yeah, I was told there were other hopefuls here. Yeah, I have to go ahead of other people. Or is it just like a race? Just a regular race? Or maybe like one lap? Oh, it's a whole 3 laps, guys! Yeah, fine, I guess I'll do it. So you're not get a choice of tires here. Everything else is chosen for me. But yeah, it's only 3 laps at least, not 5. Oh, goodbye, boy. That's one way to make that tight turn. You would kind of expect, based on these being challenges, they're presumably optional and whatnot, that the sponsor challenges would be harder than other stuff, but it doesn't feel that way. Oh, hello. I need to not turn there. Okay. Well, I guess they're trying to build up the intrigue of the story now, at least, with the whole, oh, hey, there's actually some shady stuff going on. I mean, I've always been happy with basically anything in this game to 3 apps to start with. Why is it only just now that I get this? I guess in what's supposed to be a shorter sponsor event. It's unfortunate, like, I guess another thing of the sponsor events is that you can't rely on numbers, though. You actually do have to win skill-wise, because you don't get to choose what vehicle you use. Ah, really? I keep thinking after the other turns there that that's going to be another hairpin, but it's suddenly not. You turn out into a bigger, wider turn. It's actually kind of hard to turn that wide, because at that point your turning radius is really small once you're going that slow. Okay, see if we can pass up this one guy. See if I can remain convinced that I actually am confident here, not just being smart about my vehicle choice and upgrading and whatnot. And when I first started using these vehicles, I was convinced that, hey, I'm actually pretty good at this whole carefully turning thing and whatnot, but I bet this guy is giving me a real run for my money. I don't know if I see any opportunities to pass this guy anymore. Not sliding there would be better, it's just that I landed no slide. I think that's the last bend, isn't it? Hey, don't you do that. Darn! I'll give it one more crack, and if not, I guess I'll just have to remember to come back to this later. I like that. Okay. curious what the overall opinion is on the difficulty of the Offroad Fury games, because I, as a kid, always found Fury 3 really hard. I found it more doable, but still really hard when it came to the Supercross. As an adult now. And now here I am with Fury 4. And yeah, it still takes a good deal of effort, I feel like. I feel like I'm pretty okay at the game, but and I really enjoyed the killer combination I had with my own vehicle before of having very passable handling and also, in my opinion, being fairly good at taking turns skill-wise, but also having a vehicle with enough power to be able to overtake people as well. All those together, I think, work very well. So I could outdo people on turns because I had the handling to do it, and I think a little bit of the skill, and I could also overtake people on straightaways. I could gain on them there too because I just had the vehicle for it, had the numbers for it. Knowing how to do this turn right here is not so bad. It does feel like the rubber band just works in such a way in this game that there are lots of cases where the way to win is you just have to get in first. And getting in first isn't hard, but then you just have to stay there. But if you ever let someone pass you, it's really, really hard to ever pass them again after that. It is how it happens sometimes, it feels. At least among the whoever the game decides should be your like one big rival, the pack leader of that race. Granted, there was one thing that made Offroad Fury 3 a lot easier that could have otherwise been when it came to tournaments, which was, as I said before, you didn't have this notion of like rivals, opponents that would consistently perform well in races. Oh, don't you dare, come on. I'm gonna lose to this guy now because of that. I don't know, let's see. I'm surprised I managed to immediately pass him in there. Completely botched that turn though. I managed to take that turn pretty aggressively and went out very good. I was lining myself up for that turn from like the whole jump before it, just so I'd land sideways sliding into it. But yeah, so in that game you didn't even have to win races consistently to win tournaments. You get a little bit of money now. Well, that was a stupid long episode. Whoops. Look at me, I'm being an adult. I'm playing video games for hours when I don't plan to. Okay, so that'll be it for now. We're now in the vague land of Asia. Okay, cool. And stuff will... I guess it's each continent is what it is, so it makes sense. But okay. So now... I wonder if Climax will be able to risk putting something in the UK, considering that's where they're based. I guess we'll find out towards the end of this playthrough. But okay, so now, do I get to choose what vehicles to use now? Just out of curiosity. No, it's just the whole pro thing is I don't get to choose what bike to use. What was the point of being able to buy vehicles before? Why was that a thing? You'll now complete with the team. What do you mean now? It's not now, it's still. But yeah, why would they do that to you? I spent so much money on that stuff. Whatever. Okay. At least now I can focus on upgrades, I guess. And upgrades last forever, at least. You can use those on anything. Except for cases like just now where I can only change the tires. But anyways. Okay, I'll see everyone next time where I do whatever next now, I guess. We'll just start a new user next time. Now I guess now I know the formula. Cool. Bye everyone.